Yeah, hi, I'm Paul Archer. Welcome to my sales video tips. They're no longer than 2 minutes long. I hope you enjoy them. Bye.
Yeah, hi, I'm Paul Archer, paularcher.com. Many of my clients ask about closing and commitment techniques and strategies because, a lot of salespeople like to sell and close the business. Now, closing is a bit 1980s, isn't it? If you do your job properly and you lead them along the sales process and everybody's happy, they've got the right needs, you've got the right services, then, you just lead them into the sale. But there is this thing called test closing. And I kind of use these because they're really quite useful. A test close is where you're just kind of testing the water. You're just checking to see if the customer understands it so far, likes what you're saying, sees some logic behind what you're saying, and is going along with you. And there's different ways of doing test closes, but most salespeople, I say, that they say things like, how does that sound to you? Or how do you feel about that? Or what are you saying to yourself? Or what do you see in this service? Now, these all actually mean different things to different people. Okay, they're all test closes. So let's go back a few steps and remind you of the NLP thinking styles. The three basic ones, there's four actually, but the three basic ones are visual, kinesthetic and auditory. And you can find out what kind of thinking most people prefer. Everybody thinks, obviously, in all different ways. You see things, don't you? You hear things in your head, and you have internal feelings and touch. Now, everyone's got a mixture. But most people have a preference for one of those. They see a lot of things in their head. They've got loads of pictures. Or they do a lot of hearing and talking to themselves. Or they get gut reactions, internal feelings. So gauge the person's preferred thinking style early on in the meeting. I always do it with eye contact, eye movements. So if you want some ideas, just email me. I'll help you with that one. Once you get their preferred method, then tailor your test close accordingly. So if I was visual, for example, I would say to the customer, what do you see in this? What do you see? Or if they were very kinesthetic, how do you feel about that? We often use that one without even knowing, don't we? Or if they're very auditory, like myself, for example, how does that sound to you? There may be only a small change in the words, but believe me, it makes a huge difference to when you're communicating with the customer. So there we have it. Think about your test closes. They are good things to use. Don't be repetitive. Use the right words to suit their thinking style. If you want some ideas about eye movements, up for visual, across for auditory, down right for kinesthetic. Always goes well, that one. Then let me know and I'll give you some more help with that one. Hope you found it useful. My name's Paul Archer, paularcher.com. I'll speak to you next week. Bye.